हेलो 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 आज तपाईँको अफिसियल रिपोर्टमा चाहिँ तपाईँको 40जनाको डेड बडी रिकभर गरिसकेको छ। 40जनामा चाहिँ तपाईँको 25जना चाहिँ आइडेन्टिफाई भइसकेको छ। जसै लोकल छ जसै नन लोकल छ। नम्बर चाहिँ चुङथाङमा तपाईँको 10जना, चुङथाङबाट 10जना डेड रिकभर गरे। हेलो
Sikkim lies nestled in the foothills of the eastern Himalayas and enjoys the serene and cool atmosphere of the high hills. With a population of 6.13 lakhs, Sikkim is the least populated and one of the smallest states in India. Groomed by the surrounding natural environment, the simple people of Sikkim have always looked upon nature as the guardians. The perennial rivers and lakes are sources of stories that have shaped and cultured many generations. The affinity with nature can be seen through the daily lives of the people and the soft sound of the bell ringing with every turn of the money. Religion plays an important role in the life of Sikkim's people. It forms the underlying tapestry of belief system in their everyday life. The Mount Kanchenjunga, the third highest mountain in the world, holds an important place in the life of Sikkimese people. It is looked upon as the guardian deity and religious ceremonies are held annually as homage to the guardian deity. The peaceful, stable-looking mountain has been rising continuously at 1.5 inches per year, a phenomenon that goes unnoticed to human eye. Since hundreds and millions of years, the Earth's landmass has been drifting across the ocean bed, colliding and moving away from each other, forming what we see today as our continents. The collision of the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate, which started about 50 million years ago, slowly gave rise to the Himalayas, the youngest fold mountains in the world. Till date, the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate have been moving towards each other, mounting to a significant pressure between them. It was on the fateful day of 18th of September 2011 that the mounting pressure cracked and Indian plate ran underneath the Eurasian plate. This was felt on the surface as an earthquake of magnitude 6.8 at Richter scale.
The epicenter of the quake is somewhere in North Sikkim.
Chief Minister Chamling has called an emergency meet and state and civil forces have been deployed. We're told of 2 National Disaster Relief Force planes being sent in from Kolkata and Patna, so expecting to hear more on those rescue operations. Communication in Sikkim has been hit and there are intermittent power outages as well, so it makes it difficult really to get an estimate on the damage that has been done. Remember, tremors were felt from Delhi to Patna to West Bengal and even Lucknow.
The epicenter of the earthquake was located at North Sikkim, between the India-Nepal border. The intensity of the earthquake caused widespread damage and loss of human lives. Many were injured and rendered homeless. Sikkim had never witnessed a catastrophe of such magnitude. The North District was affected the most, being close to the epicenter. All forms of communication were affected and the people were left helpless. The government and the state administration spared no time in organizing relief and rehabilitation measures. On the morning of 19th September 2011, the Chief Minister constituted a high-level crisis management committee to supervise at the relief and rescue operations under the chairmanship of Chief Secretary. Meetings were held between the Governor, Chief Minister, State Administration and the Army officials in order to coordinate the rescue and relief operations. A district control room was set up in order to ensure accurate and genuine reporting to the local and national media by the Department of Information and Public Relations. The Chief Minister personally made visits to the affected area along with the government officials and directed the state government officials to take proactive action to mitigate the suffering of the earthquake victims. 214 sorties of helicopters provided supply of relief materials, essential commodities and transportation of the injured and the dead. The Indian Air Force and Pawan Hans carried out airdropping of food, medicine and essential commodities to areas where road communication were affected. The Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, visited Sikkim to get a first-hand impression about the extent of devastation and damage caused by the earthquake.
To share the sorrow and grief of the people of Sikkim in the aftermath of this tragic earthquake. I have been highly impressed by the manner in which all segments of our government, armed forces, border road organizations, and members of the state government have joined hands to provide rescue, relief and rehabilitation measures. People of Sikkim will see new vitality to meet the challenge of this great tragedy. The government and the people of India are fully behind the people and government of Sikkim. Every possible assistance will be available for the Sikkim government to manage effectively the task of reconstruction, rehabilitation and rebuilding.
The former Union Minister of Home, Sri P. Chidambaram, also visited Sikkim and reviewed the relief and rescue work being carried out by the state administration.
Center and state working shoulder to shoulder will be able to put Sikkim back on its feet.
The Chief Minister of West Bengal, Sri Mamata Banerjee, and Congress leader Sri Rahul Gandhi were amongst the other VIPs that visited Sikkim and extended their support and help to the state during its hour of crisis. The Chief Minister of Sikkim undertook several tours of all the affected areas in the state to personally assess the damage and supervise relief operations. The Chief Minister toured the North District, the most severely affected, more extensively. He distributed relief and assured the affected people of all possible help from the government. Beside the state government administration, help was also provided by the Indian Army, Indian Air Force, NDRF, BRO, SSB, ITBP, and numerous individuals, local, national, and international NGOs. The press and media also played a vital role in providing updates on the ongoing relief measures. 240 relief camps were set up, and the citizens of Sikkim worked day and night to provide relief and assistance to the need of the affected people. 63 lives were lost, and major damages were caused to infrastructure such as roads and bridges, power, water supply, and communication. This not only resulted in heavy burden on the state's exchequer, but also set back the development clock of the state by 10 to 15 years. Policy interventions in the aftermath of earthquake. Sikkim State Disaster Management Policy is in place. Sikkim Earthquake Management and Rehabilitation Fund has been created. Sikkim State Disaster Management Plan. Gangtok and other cities' disaster management plan. Building bylaws and retrofit of buildings for entire state, urban and rural areas. Model Village Disaster Management Plan, formation of Sikkim State Disaster Response Force, SDRF, establishment of Himalayan Institute of Disaster Management and Climate Change, public awareness campaigns on disaster risk reduction and preparedness.
Thank you.